The
stuff
Banna?
and stuff.
The stuff and the
like
stuff.
Cool
It's the
stuff
Banna.
and some really twisted stuff.
They are receiving our content.
Are you receiving me?
We will be starting any minute, guys. Oh, yeah.
Can they hear us?
What?
Can they hear us now?
Yeah, they can hear us.
All right.
Yeah. Any minute, you guys.
Taking control of your television.
Jenny's already there. And,
oh, well, good. 8675309.
Exactly. Hey, Jenny. How you doing? Nice to see you.
I got your number.
Chat there, yeah. Jenny, I got your number. But yeah.
I need to make you mine.
What the hell? I'll pick a couple dingleberries out of my behind.
And I see.
I mean, what? Oh,
I was being all nice and smooth, and you just.
No, I blew
you shot that to pieces.
I
talking
messed
about
it all
dingleberries.
Dingleberries.
Well, move a little closer.
Dingleberries are hardened poop balls.
Are they in season now?
In your, I think they grow year round.
I buy them by the gross.
They grow year round. I'm pretty sure. I'm all good. Oh, Jenny, good. There's a couple other streams going on tonight, I think. So
what? Don't watch those streams. Watch our streams.
We'll see how many people we get in here. They're coming. Just giving it a few seconds here to get some people in here. And
I mean, after all, we've been on Shudder, and we've been on. We got mentioned by some Chicago horror host.
Oh, you wouldn't believe it, Felix. Oh no, yeah. Let me get the
we've been places, all right. This
okay, here I'm going to start show. Let me get this banner off.
This is
and
the
get
show.
Some video. Here we go. Hey everybody, welcome to the Late Horror Show. What is going on? I am Dino.
Yeah,
I don't know why I still say that. After 4 years, I'm like introducing ourselves.
Has it been 4 years?
Because there's new people that come all the time. It's been 4 years.
I've been wasting a day a week
years.
for 4 years.
You've been wasting a day a week.
Just kidding, man. I love it.
It's just, hanging out and bullshit.
I remember when we synthesized the idea, sitting around the table playing dominoes.
That was fun as hell.
Coming up with the idea.
We're like... Yeah, but the tablet. Anyways, the Late Horror Show, guys. What's going on? Check out the link below. The questions are down there. I'm going to tag some people. Jason Hamilton is in the chat. How you doing, buddy? We know you are. Yeah. So this is the Late Horror Show horror movie tag. Or no, erase that. Skip back. Rewind. Boop. Okay, it's the Late Horror Show horror tag. There you go. Tag. Yeah. Questions in the box, and anybody who wants to do this, have fun with it, go with it. I think the questions I got here, Sean Urshan, I think you would like. So if you're listening to this, do it.
They're going to think all we do are tag videos now.
It's all right. It's answering questions, and it's a get-to-know-me kind of thing. Right now, I'm into them. I'm doing them. Banter back and forth. I think it's kind of cool. So
what's cool about this one is I have no idea what I'm going to be asked.
Yes.
I've been at work all day. I have no clue.
This is our channel's horror tag, and I'm going to surprise him because Ted is a wealth of knowledge. And
I am.
So
you're right.
I'm going to surprise him there.
By God, you're right.
Yes.
When it comes to the things I like.
Late horror, late tag.
I think it's always interesting to hear my opinion on things, whether I really know what's going on or not.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because I don't always know what's going on in the world, but I'll give you my opinion. And I'll swear to God, it's the way it should be.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm wearing a jacket. I'm wearing a jacket because it's cold. He's wearing a tank top because
if I was a little skinnier, I'd do it topless. We'd probably get more subs.
Where everybody at this week? Anyways, okay, here we go. So I guess we should just jump in and start doing this tag. Get it out of the way.
Get it out of the way. That's why I'm here. We're going to get it out of the way.
No, we're going to have fun with it. There's a lot of cool questions I got.
I see you still didn't unchain that girl over there yet.
Oh, not looking too...
She's looking a little emaciated.
Yeah, a little bit. But okay, yeah. So here I go. And anybody listen to this on iTunes, please give us 5 stars, rating, whatever you do on that iTunes type thing.
Come on over to YouTube and see how sexy we are.
Or come over to YouTube and watch a video. Yeah, and YouTube. You can always go to iTunes, put in the Late Horror Show, and listen to us at night when you're going to sleep with the headphones. You know what I'm saying?
I got a
6 people. Thank you guys for being here.
Is that what we got?
Yeah.
I bet you that's twice as many as those other shows have.
No, I know where everybody's at. But anyways, okay, so here we go.
They want to talk about Jason, Freddy, and Michael Myers.
No, it's a little different. Anyways, so I guess I will jump in on this and start off. We got 8. So I am going to do question number 1. The latecomers aren't going to get the first couple questions, so, hey, whatever. So here we go. Questions are down there, though. Copy them, paste them, do your own video. Ted?
Yes, sir.
You ready for this?
I'm ready. I was born ready.
Okay, the first couple answers are going to be pretty simple, you know what I mean? Right. But then we'll get a little bit more, man. Questions I haven't
Show me
heard,
what you
heard
got.
before. Show you what you got, what I really, really got. Favorite all-time horror film and why?
What?
And I can start this off pretty
I was going to
simple.
say, everybody out there knows what my favorite monster movie is.
We'll
so you go first.
Yeah, mine's going to be Rosemary's Baby, 1968. Again, I think everybody knows this. First couple questions, easy, simple. Rosemary's Baby, 1968. Roman Polanski.
Child molester.
Right. But
he gets a pass.
Mia Farrow, beautiful.
You think she's good looking in that movie?
Oh, she's beautiful in that movie. Cinematography, excellent. Hey, Ben Grimm, nice to see you in the chat, buddy.
Yes.
Thanks for showing up.
See?
Thumbs up.
He left that other show to come over here.
When we're done here, I'll let you guys know where the other shows are, and you guys can head on over there.
But you got to smooth everything over after I leave?
No.
All right. Don't listen to Ted.
You going for the
Superman?
Media. You going for the Superman job now, and Cavill is giving it up. Anyways, whatever.
I have a lot of shirts, but they're in the baby's room in my closet, and he's sleeping when I get home from work. So I sometimes have like 2 or 3 shirts sitting in my bedroom. Yeah. And it seems like this one's always there because I'm hot all the time and I wear it a lot. So I know it seems like Ted doesn't have any clothes.
That's all right.
I just don't want to wake the baby up.
Felix says The Exorcist. It scared the crap out of me as a kid, and I still get a turtle head watching it.
Well, it's a very powerful. Yeah, it's a very powerful film.
There's a question down low,
and I'm not even religious, and it's a very powerful film.
Oh, it is. But Rosemary's Baby for me is just it's just that feel, the cinematography of it, the storyline, the acting, the characters, everything about it. I just love it. And Mia Farrow.
Did you know originally William Castle was supposed to direct that?
Right.
He bought the rights to that, but they wouldn't let him do it because they thought it'd be too hokey. So Roman Polanski directed, but he still has a cameo in it. He's actually in it, just briefly.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
my favorite movie. I didn't know.
Yeah, because we were going to be doing some William Castle shit here soon. So
okay.
I'm a wealth of knowledge.
Little sneak peek at what's coming up here. Yeah. Who is this? Nightmare. Oh, Jenny. That's Jenny. Sorry.
Jenny, I got you.
Mine is the Nightmare on Elm Street.
The remake, I bet.
No,
I'm just kidding.
So what is your all-time favorite horror movie?
My all-time favorite horror movie also happens to be the all-time greatest movie of all time.
Jesus Christ.
Which is called King Kong from 1933.
And yes, we're including creature features, whatever you want to call it, in here too.
If you're on an island being chased by a giant gorilla and there's natives chucking spears and shit like that, what's more scary than that? And there's dinosaurs and shit and pterodactyls and shit.
I hear you.
All right? Pretty damn scary.
A lot of people...
All right, I'd stain my underwear. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
All right?
But I hear a lot of people say, King Kong, I wouldn't consider it a horror movie. But it is. It's a horror movie. It's a monster.
What defines a horror movie?
Exactly.
What movie actually scares you? I mean, besides Mean Girls. I mean...
Gotta have a killer in there and other stuff
Kong,
like that. But,
Kong takes people, puts them in his mouth, and chews on them and spits them out. He has a guy on the ground. Not only does the guy try to crawl away, he pulls him back, lets him crawl a little more,
it's an awesome scene.
Pulls him back again, and then smushes his ass into the mud.
See,
all right,
I know where everybody at. Anyway, go on.
That's right. So King Kong is my favorite monster thriller horror. I mean, I don't care if you don't consider it a horror movie.
No,
this is my
good.
show. God damn it.
Oh yeah,
it's the greatest movie of all time. Why? Because of the great.
Hey, Sandra.
Because of the great stop motion effects. Because of the story. Yep. Except for lightsabers, it has everything.
Except for lightsabers.
It's got action.
No
It's got some comedy in there. Yeah. It's got the most interesting love story I've ever seen in a movie. Right. Much better than screwing a gill man. And and
I'm not going to live that movie down, am I? Talking about it.
You're not the only one that won an Oscar.
Yeah. But there you go.
It's got, you even feel bad for the, this horrible creature at the end, and Oh, all the memories of watching it as a kid on Thanksgiving on Channel 43 WUAB.
Channel 43. Okay, yeah, let's move on to the next movie.
Greatest movie of all time.
Next question.
Undisputed.
Good. Okay, here we go. Question number 2. Favorite horror killer.
Okay, now I got to change my answer.
Okay, yeah.
Killer.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you all King Kong answers.
I know.
Here, I'll go with my first one. And you can contradict me if I'm wrong when I say this. I mean, we can all go with the big ones like Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees or something like that. But I'm not. I'm talking about killer. It could be a standalone movie or whatever. I mean, and for me, it's the killer in Black Christmas, the original,
1974.
74. Yeah,
interesting. Even though because we never really know who it is.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
the cool thing about that was, and why I chose him was not only was the movie awesome. I mean, I love Black Christmas, man. I mean that the original 1974 Black Christmas was a great movie. I loved it, and that little hole where he climbs up through the to the attic area and stuff like that. I mean, and you never get to really see who he is. Mm-hmm. There you go. I mean, a killer you never get to see, and you really never know. And it's never had a sequel. It's a standalone movie. So there you go. That's my favorite killer. Yeah.
I like that. Now, I've had zero time to prepare, y'all. So I'm
right. Yeah.
I'm just thinking.
I'm throwing this on Ted.
What's a good one here? That's iconic and classic, but also.
Oh, everybody's saying Freddy for sure.
Everybody, yeah, of course. Watch some more movies, gang.
And Felix says Kong was not horrible. Okay.
Very, very clever.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with someone who's interesting from a psychological standpoint and say Norman Bates from the original Psycho. And I like to just disregard all the other sequels.
Yeah.
Even though I believe Robert Bloch did write sequels in book form. And the second movie's not that bad, to be perfectly honest with you.
Right, yeah.
But, the type of...
Nice to have you here, Waggy Film. Sorry, Ted.
Oh, no.
First time seeing War Guy Films. Okay, first time seeing you in chat, so I got to shout you out and say hey.
Welcome. Welcome. If you like this shit, come every week.
Hell yeah.
It's the best show going.
Streaming live, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, every Tuesday night.
Live like a suicide.
Yeah. So, what were you saying?
I was saying that Norman Bates is interesting. The psychological aspect, the mother. I'm not giving anything away. Everybody knows the ending, right? Yeah. The taint. How he embodies his own mother
the taint,
and acts her out and is playing the role of mother with his dead mother's body there, and we all know he's based a little bit on Ed Gein and.
Well, yeah, Felix actually said here, Ed Gein creates so many characters off of him.
Oh,
yeah.
He's fascinating.
Third Psycho is awesome.
Yeah,
Fight me, says Eric from the Death Twitch.
I'm just disregarding them just because it builds on the character more. I'm just going straight, if we just take Norman Bates from the first film.
Yeah.
But no, I don't hate Psycho 2 and 3, and I don't think I ever saw 4.
Didn't see.
I think that was just a TV movie or a cable movie or something.
Yeah, I believe so. Eric did... from the Death Twit did 4. He did them all, the series. And,
I don't hate them.
I think he enjoyed most all of them. So,
a lot of times I just think a movie's not all the time, but I think a lot of times a movie's just better if you just leave it at that first one. Quit trying to milk shit. Come up with something new.
I get you.
And
that
end scene in Psycho where he's
Bates Motel. Oh god.
Where he's sitting there and he just has that smile on his face, and he's
contemplating.
Crazy as a loon.
Crazy as a loon.
So I guess if I had to pick one,
Bugs Bunny?
Yeah, and if you haven't seen that film, my God, you got to see it.
Ooh, you do, don't you?
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And
so
that ties into William Castle as well, because House on Haunted Hill, which was a movie we were going to be doing here soon, doing a commentary for you guys soon.
Yeah.
That was such a low budget, made so much money. He decided. Hitchcock said, I don't need to make these big budget pictures. I'm going to make a low budget picture. And that inspired him the next year to make Psycho.
Yeah, no.
Because House on Haunted Hill is 59.
Right.
And Psycho is 60. And actually, the two of them actually were very, inspired by each other, especially William Castle with Hitchcock.
Wow, man. What a, just thinking of those numbers nowadays, man. I mean, that's you can't even get an actor for that amount. But anyways, yeah.
Well, you could if you didn't treat them like these gods or whatever. They're just.
And Eric from the Twitch agrees with you there, Ted.
Yeah, I figured he would.
Yeah, of course.
The guy's got a lick of sense.
Eric knows the sword. His old school like us.
That's right, man. Ain't no school like the old school. That's why there's that phrase. There's no phrase that says ain't no school like the new school.
No.
You know why?
Because the old school's
damn right.
go to. Anyway.
Right.
Okay, so hey. Number 3. Question number 3.
Number 3.
I got favorite horror comfort film. A film you would go to when you're feeling down, when you're feeling out, when you're vomiting in the toilet.
I don't usually turn to a horror film when I feel that way.
Okay.
But,
but for the question.
Okay, but for the question.
I could give you mine.
Yeah, go first.
James Whale's The Old Dark House, 1932.
The Old Dark House.
Universal.
Never a bad one.
Never a bad flick. It's got that thunder and lightning, and don't ask me why my comfort film would be a film that's got thunder and lightning and crashing down and dark, moody effects,
Mm-hmm.
But something about that movie, because again, old schoolers, black and white, love it. So that's kind of a movie that there's plenty of other ones, but that's kind of at the top of my list. So yeah, that's my comfort film.
I think when I hear someone say comfort food or comfort movie or something like that, I always envision something that's like with food, something that's not particularly good for you.
Sean Urshan.
What?
Is in the chat.
Oh,
hey,
well,
buddy.
welcome.
How you doing? Welcome.
Come on over to the dark side.
I think this is one you'd be interested in doing, Sean, because there's some old school horror here, and he's kind of an old school horror guy too.
That's the way I like it. It's only school.
So if you're up to it, do it. But anyways, go ahead. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
You've interrupted me every single answer.
Oh, Felix says Event Horizon or 13 Ghosts. Oh, go ahead.
No, which 13? No, which 13 Ghosts?
Oh yeah,
the original
Felix.
William Castle film,
right.
Or the remake.
Which one, Felix? Tell me, the original or the remake?
He probably didn't.
Dracula says I have great taste is here. Thank you for showing
back
up.
Again.
He says Return of the Living Dead and Night of the Creeps are my comfort horror recently. So cool.
See,
yeah.
When
everybody's
I hear
got
ones
different
like that,
ones. Yeah.
I
Thanks for everybody showing up. It's
Absolutely.
the Late Horror tag.
And throwing your
do
answers
it.
out there.
Questions
like
are down below. Tag yourself. Do a video. Awesome.
So I always envision it being something that's not particularly good, but you like it.
Oh yeah, right. That's what I mean by comfort film.
I mean, now I would say The Old Dark House is a good movie, but that's what you like.
Yeah.
So I try to think of something that ain't particularly considered a great movie,
right?
But I just like it.
Yeah.
So what would I?
There's a lot of those.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I mean, what?
No, I mean for us, yeah.
Right.
So
well, yeah. A lot of times people are like,
I'll tell you what. Since we've been on that kick a little bit lately,
yeah,
I'd say any number of the full moon features. I used to rent them a lot as a kid.
And you're going through the list because you got that site, the site with all the movies and stuff.
I finally subscribed to Full Moon Streaming, and I've been enjoying the hell out of it.
So your favorite, though, one that you would go to that would kind of...
I would say...
You're feeling down. I'm going to pop this in.
Puppet Master 2.
Puppet Master 2?
I love... It's one of my favorites in the whole series.
Wow.
Okay. And I could see myself, nothing's going on today. I feel kind of... Pop in Puppet Master 2.
Interesting. Okay.
It's got some of the best effects. It's got Charlie Spradling in it, looking hot.
We don't give you the typical answers you guys are looking for, so it's
Puppet Master 2.
We're different.
And I could tell you, dude. There would be days where I would go and rent Puppet Master 1, 2, 3 all the time.
Yeah.
Just stack them up on the counter. And I do remember once I figured out what Full Moon was.
Yeah.
I'd see some box, didn't know what it is. Look, see if there says Full Moon on the back. And if it did, I'd rent it. I rented so many, and so many I'd probably have. Well, now I'm seeing them again on the streaming site. Like, I gotta watch this again. I gotta watch Ooga Booga again.
Yeah.
And some that I didn't know about. Cool. But the classics, I saw them all. And it's like Puppet Master 2.
Gotcha.
The first 3 are the classics.
Isn't that where he throws
we did a commentary.
What's his name in the elevator? He just like whips him across the thing.
No, that's the first one, I believe.
That was the first one. Okay,
Yep.
Okay. There you go. There. Let me see what a couple of Night of the Demons is Eric from the Twitch. Nice
we did that
film
one.
for him.
That was funny.
Jenny in the chat, in YouTube chat, says The Crow is my comfort for sure.
You know, that's a cool movie. And I remember when that came out to the theater, I saw that about 4 times. I even met the author of James O'Barr.
Holy shit!
Met him.
Plop that in the toilet.
I guess.
Flush it down the drain.
What? He was doing a comic book signing at a comic book shop with the guys who write a book, or wrote a book called Faust, Love of the Damned.
Did your nipples get hard when that happened?
No. But I just remember there was this whole big line for the guys that write and draw Faust. There was like nobody. This was before The Crow came out.
Right.
This was before the movie came out. I was reading the comic book.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I got...
Ted was a big comic guy in the past. Well, you still kind of get graphic, but not as much. I mean,
you know what it is?
Just like our toy collection.
I keep up on it. Like, I still subscribe to a couple of... what do you call it? Like, I get email newsletters and stuff.
Yeah.
So I know what's going on in comics, but there's just no way I'm paying like, $3-4 a floppy. And
well, I hear you.
I keep up, but it's not what it used to be when we were kids. So.
No. Okay, so let's move on to question number 4.
Mm-hmm.
What movie, till this day, scares you the most, and why? And I again, I'm going to start off to give him some time to think on all these questions.
Thank you. I appreciate you doing that.
And of course, The Exorcist.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. I mean, I think that's probably up there on the top for a lot of people, but not only was I a kid and I was taken to a drive-in as a kid to watch this.
Figure that one out, man.
Car filled looking at this disturbing, scary movie as a child. And
he'll be all right to take Dino. He'll be fine.
Yeah, not only that, but my uncle stumbles out of the car as I'm watching this movie and passes out right outside of the car. So as a kid, I'm going, holy shit, this movie, my uncle passing out, what's going on? Scared the living crap out of me.
Mm-hmm.
And even, again, I read the book too, which scared me. And to this day, watching The Exorcist just sends chills up my spine, man. I mean, what gets more scarier than that, Oh,
no. And I don't want to copy your answer. It's a damn good answer. And under normal circumstances, it's probably what I would pick.
Yeah.
And as I said, I'm not a religious person at all.
Right.
But there's just a palpable feeling of evil in that film. And if you know anything about the making of it, something like 8 people died under very mysterious circumstances and things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a lot of accidents on the set.
Everything about that universe, The Exorcist, well, not 2 and 3, but 1, yeah.
3's underrated. I like 3.
2's the one you can kind of like flush down.
It's got its fans. It's coming out on Blu-ray finally, or nice Blu-ray.
Anybody edition. Out there really enjoy The Exorcist 2?
Some people do.
Exorcist, I believe in possession, says Felix. So is that what you're choosing?
No, I want to pick something different.
Okay.
So, a film that I watched.
Yeah.
That I won't watch again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Well, I no, like is not the word.
Scares you. Something that scares you to the bone.
It made me very uncomfortable.
Okay.
Was Cannibal Holocaust.
Okay.
Not because of the
disturbing imagery,
animal mutilations and things, so much of that.
Yeah.
But it is a disturbing story. It is the natives were exploited. And if you just take it as like one of the first found footage movies, it is pretty frightening. I mean, all those actors had to sign releases saying that they wouldn't reveal what happened to them for like a year after the movie was made. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, for all intents and purposes, I mean, the director even got taken to court. He had to produce these actors to show that they didn't actually die in the making of this film. But there is some animal brutality in it. And under normal circumstances, I don't wish harm to any animal, but I'm not one of those PETA people.
Right. No, I get it.
I'll eat a cow, but I don't want to. I don't want you to beat the hell out of it before.
Right.
I'm sure it's probably not treated very well before I eat it, but I don't know about that.
Well, if they're not out there, living it up.
I don't wish harm. But seeing the part with the turtle.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever seen this movie where they kind of just rip it apart. And
there's some there's things out there.
It didn't scare me. It sickened me a bit. Disturbed me.
Yeah.
I don't hate the movie. I mean, for what it was and what they made.
Yeah.
On that shoestring budget out in the middle of the friggin' jungle, and hey, let's shoot this and let's do that. I think it's amazing. Yeah, it's just, I'm sorry I don't want to watch your film again. And that was at a Cinema Wasteland, a horror movie convention we get here in Northeast Ohio. You didn't go with me. I went with my sister.
Yeah.
And we watched that together. And even afterwards, we're just like, man, that was hard.
Wow.
you know? So, there's
Good
a reason
choice.
why the tagline on that movie says the one that goes all the way.
Yeah.
And
Gotcha.
there you go.
Okay, cool. And
otherwise, maybe I'd say Pink Flamingos after you made me watch it again.
Oh, God. Well, that's not a horror flick. So
that's pretty goddamn scary to me.
Yeah, a horror flick.
You showed me another movie where people are eating dog shit.
No, not a horror flick, though. Eric from the Twitch says, I watched Exorcist 3 recently and loved it. So
it's actually one of the few where I like the movie more than the book. And I thought it, I didn't get to see like the work print edition that, has more stuff in it that is on the new Blu-ray that came out from Scream Factory. But I think it's underrated. I saw it in the theater and I've always kind of liked it.
Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's move on to question number 5. Favorite horror comedy. Okay. And people are gonna get me on this one, but again, this is almost one of my comfort films too.
Know where you're going.
You already know where I'm going.
I already know.
Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein.
No, it's not. I thought you were going to say The Burbs.
Oh,
now he's changing it.
Son of a bitch! No. The Burbs is probably a close second, but
Abbott and Costello.
If I'm going to have to pick one, I'm on a desert island. It's going to be Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein.
Okay.
So and just. I technically love every Abbott and Costello film that they've made. Mm-hmm. So I'm just a fan. But on top of it, you got the monsters, Vincent Price's voice at the end for the Invisible Man, all that good stuff.
Right.
Is that Bela Lugosi? Come on.
It's hard to go wrong.
How can you go wrong? The set, everything about it. But again, mine. It's mine. It's my favorite one. So, yeah.
Well, I don't have to think too hard on this. No. The only thing your movie is missing is the things that are in my favorite horror comedy, which is the Comedy of Terrors, which features Vincent Price, Peter Lorre,
kind of had that
Boris Karloff,
thought that
and Basil Rathbone.
Oh.
All in one movie, people.
Yes.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Like, 2 of the people I just mentioned, you don't have any clue who they are. Yeah. I hope you do. But if you don't, they're fantastic. Basil Rathbone. And,
it's just
Peter
we're old schoolers with.
But see, we're not old, but just we grew up watching old movies.
No, right.
You know, I mean, I watched old movies.
Because Basil Rathbone is played Sherlock Holmes.
And I used to watch those with my mom.
The 40s and you know what movie I don't mean to cut you off.
No,
but yeah, that movie. So that's your movie.
Yeah, and I'll talk about it in a second.
Okay. But I just watched Son of Frankenstein.
Yeah, Basil Rathbone.
Yeah, which is the 3rd in the series with Basil Rathbone.
It's fantastic.
Boris Karloff's last time as Frankenstein and Bela Lugosi as Igor.
Isn't it good?
Igor, whatever. And
that just had a restoration.
Ted.
It's huge.
The look to that film. Just like the previous, we talked about this in Frankenstein and a couple other, even Bride. They continued that creepiness to it, even though it wasn't James Whale. Man, the look of that film was just beautiful.
Some put that one, very high up on the list of best Universal horror films.
Basil Rathbone, right, beginning of that Sherlock Holmes stint, and he did this and. To have all 3 of them in there, oh my God, it was just so good. But I watched that last night and just it hit me. I'm like going, this is a freaking good movie, man.
Yes, absolutely. I've seen it several times. It's fantastic.
Love it.
The reason I picked Comedy of Terrors, not just because I love Vincent Price. It's a Roger Corman film, but it's not one of the Edgar Allan Poe Corman films that he did with Vincent Price. This one. Vincent Price and Peter Lorre, and we did a commentary.
I'll get this stuff in the chat in a second, guys.
they play undertakers, and business hasn't been so good.
Right.
So sometimes they have to go and rake up a little business, if you know what I mean, causing some deaths.
We did a commentary on this, so
I mean,
funny movie.
Vincent Price. You don't see him in very many comedies, but that man could nail comedy and make it kind of dark and twisted at the same time.
Dark and twisted humor.
I mean, do you remember the part where they caused the death of whoever? It might have been Baz. No, it wasn't Basil Rathbone's character, I don't think. But he goes to collect his fee, and everyone's left the house. Every stick of furniture, everything's gone.
Oh, yeah.
And the housekeeper's there, and he's, well, didn't she leave my fee? And she's, no, she just left. And he looks up, and you can see like a ray of light coming in his face. He's like, is there no morality anymore?
I know. No.
And you think about what this son of a bitch is doing. And
I loved when
the way he bullies around Peter Lorre. and Boris Karloff plays his doddering father-in-law, senile. And Vincent's always trying to poison him. He's like, you don't give me my medicine. And he's like, oh, here you go. And his wife, Boris Karloff's daughter, is always snatching it away. He's like, you don't care if I live or die. It's fantastic. And
I'm telling you, man, I love it, man.
I just laugh thinking about it. If you guys haven't seen it, man, it's so worth a watch.
Mueller Morrill. I think that's your name. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. Mueller Morrill, but in the chat. Nice to see you.
Yeah, let's see what other people are saying.
First time seeing you in the chat, too. It's nice to have you here.
Welcome. This is the place to be on Tuesday nights.
Every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. We're going live. We're talking horror. We're doing all kinds of crap. So she says, or he says, are y'all going to talk about Roger Corman's Galaxy of Terror and Forbidden World, a.k.a. Mutant? Hey, we'll get around to that stuff, actually, man, because we love all that stuff.
And actually, I don't know when we're going to get around to it, but I have created a Roger Corman / William Castle tag with several questions, and we'll probably talk about. One of my questions is about his more modern movies.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
So we'll get to some of that one of these weeks. I created it; it's there. Yeah, we'll get around to it.
Yeah. But we'll definitely get to it for sure.
We always, life happens. We were supposed to do something completely different today, and life
totally
happens.
Went it. Yeah.
So
sick dog.
I'm enjoying
this. Not gonna.
Sick dog.
Felix says Demon Knight is another good one. Sandra says Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 for horror comedy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a very dark comedy.
Yeah.
Very different.
Nightmare Girl. See, you got me calling you your old name now here, or new name. That's Jenny Delaney. Anyways,
I can't get it out of my head now.
Talking about Frankenstein, it's 200 years old. Yeah. She posted something in Horror Town.
Yeah, no joke.
About the 200.
That was in my
years ago.
issue. Every once in a while, I'll buy an issue of Scary Monsters magazine.
Yeah.
And there was a big article on the 200th anniversary.
And really quick, cool. Eric from the Death Twitch says Deathgasm might be my favorite horror comedy, which that's one we haven't seen. That's a newer flick,
right?
But he did enjoy that. Felix also says Transylvania 6 5000. Yeah.
God, I haven't seen that since probably like when it was on cable.
That was with Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. Yeah, oh my God, there's another good one, man. Yeah. Young Frankenstein, says Jenny. I mean, come on. Yeah, I mean, is there any doubt about that?
No.
But anyways, yeah. Let's move on.
I don't hate it.
We're halfway through.
Halfway.
More
questions.
Question number 6. Well,
it's so exciting when I don't know the questions.
Right. Well, I'm curious on the next two to see what you're going to pick here. And this is... People can go big names and everything else, but we'll see what we go. So, question number 6: favorite horror director, 1900 through 1950. And the second question 7 is going to be 1950 on to the present.
Oh, I see.
Okay,
what you did there.
So old schooler kind of. I should have, after thinking on this a bit, I should have gone 1900 1960.
That's okay.
But I took it 50.
That's okay.
Almost 50. Well, we're 20 years into the 2000s. But anyways, I picked James Whale.
Mm-hmm.
Again, people will go, Alfred Hitchcock, but he's a mystery thriller. It's not so much horror. So there are other directors you can kind of float towards, but for me, it's James Whale. He did Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, The Old Dark House. What was the other one that he did too? I'm trying to think. The Invisible Man. That's right.
Yes.
But it's James Whale's. He did things in other movies too that showed off his artistic ability. But in those films, I loved his cinematography. Really, I loved his set. The way he would do the film. It's just James Whale's my pick. Great director. I wish he could have had a more extensive list, but I believe he get ill. I forget the story behind James Whale, or did he get outcasted? I forget. I didn't dig that deep. But anyway, let's just.
I'm not an authority on James Whale. I mean,
yeah.
He was kind of reclusive towards the end there. I don't know that he was generally outcasted or just kind of... What would happen is sometimes you just kind of fell out of favor after a while. You know, the new blood comes in.
Right.
Or you do a few horror movies and all of a sudden you get typecast as the horror movie guy.
Right.
Even though it's not necessarily what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know, James Whale definitely did not just want to do horror movies.
Oh, no. And a lot of his movies right after that had nothing to do with horror.
Yeah.
So, again... I'm picking him for those, and even the movies he did after that weren't horror were very, very good movies. Mm-hmm. It's just he doesn't have an extensive list, but again, that's my pick. You know, so
I have to pick something different. So
Count Von Strange the Fourth, what is up, my brother? And Tristan. Hey, nice to see you in the chat, brother. There you go.
So I think the next obvious choice would be Todd Browning, who also directed Lon Chaney Sr. in many dark, silent films, twisted stories.
I think I'm going back real quick here because that could easily have been a pick of mine, but just the feel to those four movies in particular, and The Old Dark House just being way up there as one of my favorites, just swayed me in that direction.
That's a great run of four movies.
Yeah.
Not to mention the original Dracula, the one that ushered in the Universal horror films, at least the talkies.
Right.
And you got to give it to him for Freaks. The audacity of...
And we did a commentary on that, and we dug deep into all the characters a long time ago.
And Todd Browning himself wasn't interesting. He was a carny.
Yeah.
Working in the circuses, so Freaks rings true in a lot of ways as far as, circus life and the camaraderie. You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us kind of thing.
Love that story, man. Love the
film. But, he's got a slew of silent films, a lot of them with Lon Chaney. Even the little, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, the little guy from Freaks that played Hans. He's in some of them. I mean, some of them he plays, a clown with one arm. I mean, just the makeup. He would do his own makeup. There's pictures of him, from films. He's the inspiration for the Joker.
He was in a lot of comedies back then, too. Like, I believe he appeared in one of the Marx Brothers. Can't remember which one. It might have been at the circus. I'm trying to think back. But anyways, no, without a doubt.
So from that time period, I'll pick Todd Browning.
Okay.
The only other one I could think of that I would maybe pick would be F.W. Murnau for Nosferatu. Just because, how great that was. But,
right.
But I think I would go with Todd Browning.
Okay.
Much, much more.
Great choice. And Tristan asked what this horror tag theme tonight. This is our channel tag. This is the Late Horror Show horror tag. So this is just one we came up with for the channel.
Right,
so
because life happened today, and we had to come up with something else.
Yeah, we came up with...
thank God for Dino.
Yeah, there you go.
Otherwise, I'd have been sitting at home doing nothing.
And that's what I said. I said, you know what, Ted, get over here. We need
to do something.
We need to bullshit anyways.
My wife was watching the Kardashians, so you say...
Holy Moses, talking about horror films.
I know.
Let's see. What are people saying? Cool, Tristan, Sandra. They're just saying hello, hey, Count. James Whale says Dracula. Yeah, James Whale is awesome, man. I don't know if he's agreeing with me or just throwing his name out there. But,
I know it's on Amazon Prime to watch for free. If not, you could probably find it somewhere. Gods and Monsters. Have you ever seen that film?
Oh, yeah.
With Ian McKellen and Brendan Fraser.
Yes.
Which is about James Whale's final days.
Right.
Very good film.
Yes.
Sir Ian McKellen does a wonderful job as James Whale.
Right.
Even resembles him quite a bit too. So.
Oh, there's a story behind the life and times of. That's why they did that movie. But anyways, question number 7. Favorite horror director, 1950 to the present. And hey, Dead Real, what is up? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live stream.
We got them all now.
Nice having you
We're
here.
We're hooking them all in.
Live every Monday night, man. We
Tuesday
stream
night. Tuesday night.
What did I say? Monday?
We used to be
Monday.
Monday.
We used to be Monday. I threw it out to Tuesday night. Okay, that's how this crazy.
I screwed it up with my new job.
That's how crazy this day's been here. But welcome. Nice to have you here. I need to check out more classic horror.
God damn right.
Von Strange the Fourth. Yes. Anyways, getting back to it. Favorite horror director, 1950 to present. And my choice was... And you know what? It's tough, man. You're going to sway to some of your favorites. Mine's John Carpenter.
Okay.
Mostly because of The Thing. You know, Halloween, The Fog.
Late 70s, throughout the mid 80s, he couldn't be topped.
And even Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, I want to do a commentary on that movie.
Oh, you've been saying that for like 3 years. We just haven't gotten to it.
I would just, embody Jack Burton the entire movie.
Yeah, John Carpenter for me.
Reflexes.
I think over the long haul and the quality of the movies Halloween. We rip on it sometimes, the older ones, but. The first couple are just, how can you go
on the
wrong?
original Halloween. I like
exactly. But,
don't need any of the others.
John Carpenter for me, man. How about you?
Well,
not James Whale again.
No, it won't be James Whale. I will pick...
Whale is it? Whale, yeah.
I will pick one.
Felix says Wes Craven. Jenny says Wes Craven. But go ahead.
No, I wouldn't even put them anywhere near the top. I would put more people like... I'm not. This isn't my pick, but more people like George Romero at the top, Dario Argento.
Before Carpenter, you think?
I find early Carpenter is fantastic. And not everything he did back in the 70s early was horror. Anyway, he did that beautiful 3-hour TV movie of Elvis with Kurt Russell playing the king. It was a great movie.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Count.
I would definitely put Romero. I think Romero changed horror way more than some of those other guys.
True.
And
gotcha.
And has more thoughtfulness in a lot of his films, not his later ones maybe. But,
okay.
But my pick, if I'm going with what I like, the types of films that I like,
yours.
I'm going to go
personal.
With Terrence Fisher.
Lawrence Fishburne's. Wait, what?
Terrence Fisher.
Oh.
Who directed many of my favorite Hammer films. Curse of Frankenstein, Horror of Dracula, Prince of Darkness.
Yeah.
Many of the Frankenstein films. Most of the classic Hammer films, the really good ones.
Yeah.
Terrence Fisher directed.
Okay.
Did
he do Vampire Lovers?
No.
Okay.
No, he did not do. He was kind of out of it by that.
Most
time.
of the main. Yeah, I gotcha.
But
no, good choice. Goes with
what I like.
Again, that's what I like about these tag videos. You get to know a little bit about what we love and what our likes are and stuff like that. Maybe it's totally different than a lot of others.
That man could take the same castle props,
and turn them around
and make all new movies, and I don't notice shit.
Yeah.
Brides of Dracula directed. Just. So many of my favorite, the majority, I don't own every Hammer movie.
Right.
Oh, good news for Hammer fans. Warner Archives, which is... Warner Brothers has this thing where they don't put out every movie they own on Blu-ray. What they'll do is they'll put it in the archive, and if you want to buy it, they'll press a Blu-ray for you.
Right.
And it looks just like a store-bought one. It's not burned or anything. It's professionally made.
Huh.
And you order it from them, and there you go. You can buy it that way. And they just announced 2 Hammer films that have not been on Blu-ray. The Satanic Rites of Dracula and Dracula AD 1972, which we were talking about. Both of them are not good.
No. But Ted said if those two come out, I need them in my collection.
And as soon as the pre-order goes up, I'm ordering. You
ordered it. Wow.
So if you're a fan, and I know we've got some UK friends and stuff that are into Warners are typically region free. So
Time Lord.
So there you go. You'll be able to get it. But Terrence Fisher has directed most of the Hammer films that I really love. So I will take him as my favorite director from that period.
Awesome. I think that's a great answer for you because I know you. Let's see what people saying here. Let me catch up.
Ted's a dick.
Terrence who? Jenny says Sam Raimi is one too. Confident Strange says I was lucky enough to meet Romero before his passing.
Yeah.
Cool. I love Todd Browning. Freaks was amazing.
Thank you.
Dead Real says Romero for me.
Yeah.
For Night, Dawn, and Day of the Dead.
And don't forget Martin.
Dawn is my favorite of all time.
Martin, you gotta throw in there.
Yeah.
Season of the Witch is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And one that's not a horror film, but it's from that late period 70s, 80s. It's called Night Riders, and I've told you about it.
Yeah.
It's long. It's like almost 2.5 hours long, but it's just about a group of motorcycle. They put on like shows, like motorcycle carnival stunts, and stuff, but they live like they are King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah.
They treat, Ed Harris plays King Arthur. They treat him like the king. They joust on the motorcycles. There's a Merlin who's like the doctor and fixes them all up after they get beat up. It's really damn interesting.
Wow.
I was riveted watching that movie.
One I gotta get.
Not a horror film, but I mean, and Martin. I just think Martin is. God, I wish we could get Martin on Blu-ray.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
I have the out of print DVD, and if there was a fire, I'd grab it.
Cool. Okay. Catching up really quick again. Tristan says, hey, Eric, sup, DJ. Anybody who likes music, if you guys like music, of all kinds of music, head over to Speed of Sound. I DJ there every Thursday, but Tristan and Eric from the Death Twitch also do stuff.
Dropping a beat.
And we're looking to do some reaction stuff and all that. So look on YouTube and Speed of Sound. And if you enjoy music, check out some stuff. Every Thursday night, new wave. Let's see, catching back up. Browning is great. Sandra, Freaks is great, says Dead Real.
Yes.
Nice for you, Con. Carpenter, Craven was great. If he or Williams wrote it, if not, meh. Tristan says Rick Rosenthal is the best by default for making Halloween Resurrection. Oh, God. Sandra, Dario Argento. Night Riders, Tom Savini.
Yes, Tom Savini, of course. Tom Savini in that film.
Yep. There you go.
But,
cool.
Okay. And there's a free app you can download, like on your Fire Stick or your Roku, called Tubi TV.
Tubi TV.
TUBI-TV. Yeah. And I know Night Riders is on there. There's commercials, but it's a place where you can watch it for nothing.
There you go. Okay, on to question number 8.
8.
Yeah, it takes us a while to get to our tag videos, but a little different way of doing them.
This is how we do. We do long form.
Yeah.
You want to watch a 2-minute video? Go on them other shows.
Okay, 8. Question number 8. Favorite, so bad, it's good, horror film.
Oh, I don't like to watch so bad they're good movies.
Oh, come on.
All right, man. You go first. I don't know, man.
You don't know? Come on.
Because like every movie I like, I think is good.
But we've gone over so many.
Yeah. See, while you're asking these questions, I'm like scanning my Blu-ray shelf and like, what do I have?
Well, my so bad, it's good horror movie favorite one is Basket Case from 1982.
See, I think that's a good movie. It's not bad at all.
The acting's terrible.
Aww.
No, I'm not putting it down because it's like a great film. But
I like it.
People, it's a bad. Ted, was there a good acting performance out of any of them?
Belial was very believable.
But that's what made it so good.
I got an answer for this.
You can have a so bad it's good movie be one of your favorite movies. Technically, if the characters are acting so out there, which every one of those actors and characters in that movie did, right? The person that, the hotel concierge, whatever, everybody did. His girlfriend with the wig. Yeah. I mean, everything just was Oh my God, are you kidding me? It was almost like me holding a microphone with the camcorder going.
That's how you do it.
That's
how Evil Dead got made.
So Basket Case, 1982. My So Bad It's Good flick.
All right.
I could have also gone with another, but I didn't. Go ahead.
All right.
Street Trash is another one, but there you go.
See, that's a good
So
movie.
Bad It's Good.
That's a good movie.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
If you got one.
I do, and there's a little story that goes with it.
Gotta love Belial. Okay.
Little story.
Okay.
So we're in high school.
Yeah.
And I know you and I didn't know each other at the time.
Right.
But my friends and I were going to go to a water park that's not, I don't think it's even open anymore, Dover Lake.
Yeah.
I don't think that's even open anymore.
No.
And so my buddies...
Snare Camp Crystal Lake.
My buddy's dad had a Dodge Ram, and we would always sit in the, had the top on it, hard top, and we'd always sit in the back.
Yeah.
He'd give us rides home from school. We would just sit there on the used tires and stuff back there. And it started raining on the way, so we decided to turn around and go home, eat the lunch that we packed at my buddy's house, and go rent a couple flicks. All right. And one of the movies we rented,
Evil Bong.
was no,
no,
because this is.
I'm sorry, I read the chat.
This is like the late '80s,
Yeah.
or maybe 1990, whenever this was, and we rented the original "I Spit on Your Grave."
Okay.
All right. Now this is not a movie that I would watch now.
Right.
All right, because it depicts torture of human beings, and I just don't get into that.
Right.
I don't like any kinds of movies where people are just mindlessly getting tortured.
Right.
It's just stupid.
No.
That's why I don't even watch Texas Chainsaw really anymore. It's just, I like it, I appreciate it, but I don't get any enjoyment out of watching it. So we're watching this movie, and there's some pretty shitty characters in it. And there's one character who's, I guess, he's hanging out with all the bad guys, and his name's Matthew, and he's kind of borderline retarded, and they're always kicking him in the ass and telling him, come on. And so there's a part in the movie where they're gang raping this poor woman. Yeah. And they tell Matthew, go on, Matthew, get in there. And he's laying on top of her. And I swear to God, the guy's taking, he's pushing his ass down. And you just see Matthew's face in the screen going, I can't come. Oh, you're disrupting my concentration.
Oh, Lord.
And it's just a horrible movie.
Right.
But we were immature, like 15 years old, whatever, 14 years, and we're laughing our asses off.
Yeah.
All right? This poor woman's getting tortured, and we're laughing. And my buddy's...
Is this taking a bad turn here?
No. My buddy's dad walks in, and he was very liberal with what we watched and listened to. He didn't really... My mom, you couldn't watch that kind of shit in the house. And he walks in, and we're all laughing, and he's just smiling, and going... You assholes are sick. That's what he said. You assholes are sick.
Oh, man.
So, I don't know if I would say it's so bad. It's good. It was a bad movie.
Yeah.
But we enjoyed the hell out of it at that time. And I remember we had a get-together shortly, not a bachelor party, I don't think, but like a get-together before I got married. And
hey, Dave Plouffe is in the house.
To relive old times, we watched it again.
Yeah.
It didn't have quite the same
enjoyment.
But there you go.
Okay, we'll go for it, and I'll leave it at that, guys.
There you go. Not a movie I would ever venture to watch again.
Yeah. Hey, Dave Plouffe in the chat.
Dave Coulier.
Plouffe! Dave, who's been in our chats forever. Dave. Nice seeing you here, buddy. Boom. Late Horror Show. Horror tag. And we are on to question number, I might as well get going. Tristan says Evil Bong. Let's see. Dracula says I have great taste. Weasel's Ripped. I love that name. I got to pronounce that whole thing every time. I love it. And he's got this, like, mask. It's really weird. Anyways, question number 9. Favorite foreign horror film?
Okay.
And you might know what my favorite is of this one.
What are you going to
Can
say?
you take a guess real quick?
I had a good adventure.
Really?
We watched so many movies.
Favorite foreign horror film?
Pan's Labyrinth. Yeah, you're right. That's it.
No, mine is Let the Right One In, 2008.
Okay.
Swedish vampire flick.
Sweet.
There's... What can I say? Everything about that movie, I love. It got me interested in foreign films because it just... Oh, my God. The flavor. Mm-hmm. It was so dark Swedish films have a feel to them that are just, not to mention the storyline. The girl in there, the vampire, the little boy with the blonde hair, their characters, how they interacted together, and the love that you saw between the two. Just, man, it just doesn't get any better for me when it comes to movie. Oh, it ranks up there as one of my favorites, man. It really does.
Had you seen it before we did a commentary on it, or no?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think read the book. A lot more in the book.
No, you've said I haven't gotten to the book, but that movie, man, is just a beautiful film. I know that's nutty, but it is. I mean, if you look deep into those characters, the boy and the girl vampire, the girl boy vampire, whatever, you know, it's just, man, you know what I mean? But so there you go. Yeah. That's mine.
So I have to pick a foreign.
Pan's Labyrinth ain't bad.
No, I mean, but I don't really. You know. It's not. I consider that more like a fairy tale, as I'm sure Guillermo del Toro does as well. It's more of a fairy tale,
fantasy.
Fantasy. I think would be. That's the one that should have won an Oscar, not the Gill Man. Whatever. That was the one to shoot his load. I mean, you should have just quit after you made that movie. Everything he's done has been shite after that. Let me think. All right. Since I'm a fan of a lot of these things, I'm going to pick a film called Deep Red by Dario Argento.
Okay.
It's in Italian. You can watch a dubbed in English version.
Yeah.
But this is what they call a giallo, sort of like Suspiria, but not without. There's nothing really supernatural in this film. It's about a jazz.
What is it about?
Jazz pianist.
Okay.
Who while out on the street looks up and witnesses a murder. And rushes to help. And while he's in the murdered lady's apartment, afterwards, and this is how Suspiria is, this is how Cat of Nine Tails is. It's about a character who is trying to solve a mystery, and they have the clue in their head, but they just can't remember it.
Okay.
And they spend the movie trying to remember what it is, this little piece of information. Like, another one of his films, Bird with the Crystal Plumage.
Right.
All four of those I mentioned, Cat of Nine Tails, Suspiria, Bird with the Crystal Plumage, Deep Red, all have a character who's trying to remember something. They know they saw something or heard something in one of the cases, and they can't remember what it is. And they spend the whole movie trying to figure it out, putting the clues together, just to get back to what they got at the beginning. What they saw. So I would say Deep Red.
Okay.
Got a great score by Goblin.
I know you're a big fan of Goblin, so yeah.
This was done before Suspiria, and it's as far as like that type of Italian thriller, horror film, whatever. It's considered, like top tier. It's up there. If you haven't seen it, I think it's public domain. You could probably, I know it's on Amazon Prime, and you can watch it lots of places.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. No. Good choice. I mean,
have you seen it?
I have not seen Deep Red. I haven't seen Deep Red or Tenebrae.
Okay. Tenebrae. Yeah.
Tenebrae.
Yeah, that's good. I would recommend Bird with the Crystal Plumage.
Yeah.
And if you like that, Deep Red's probably better. But, if you like Deep Red, try Bird with the Crystal Plumage.
I was just close to Suspiria, but Let the Right One is just...
But, that's an English language film.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Or normally I would have picked it.
Okay, cool. Let me see really quick before we get to the last question in the chat.
I don't want it to end.
Well, we'll keep going. Let's see. Jenny says he's right back at you. Okay, Dead Real. Demons, it's dubbed, but still a cool Italian horror.
Yeah, that counts.
Okay, Sanders.
Because they dubbed it don't mean nothing.
All right. I need to rewatch Deep Red. I remember liking it, says Eric from the Death Twitch.
Oh, yes, please. It's fantastic.
Dave Plouffe says, for Italian horror, The Night Porter is pretty freaky.
I know that movie.
Yeah? I haven't seen that one either. So...
See, I get into kicks like that. I'll watch a bunch of Italian horror films and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then binge watch what you're interested in for that. Okay, so this is the last question.
Like when I was in the spaghetti westerns and stuff, I watched like every spaghetti western.
Oh, So yeah, this is the last question for the late horror show horror tag.
All right. Hope it's a good one.
We got along it, but yeah, I think these are some good questions came up here.
We're having a great time.
So question number 10: favorite silent era horror film.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people might have the same answers, but you know, I am definitely going to say Nosferatu, 1922. But a close second was the Cat and the Canary, the silent one. Really enjoyed that. But I mean, you know, Nosferatu.
Max Schreck.
What more can you say? The imagery and how they put the work in the shadows, and you know,
shadows.
Right when film was starting to be made.
How exciting!
Oh my god!
You know, and that's what a lot of people I think don't realize. You know, like I love silent comedy. I'm a huge fan of Buster Keaton. And you know what they would do is when they made movies, is, you know, they didn't have a story. Right. You know, they'd have a couple of gags. Like you know, Buster Keaton was known for his elaborate set pieces and stunt work, and you know, they would have a couple of gags and build a story around that, you know, and just play. And he had a guy who was a benefactor who just gave him the money to make all these wonderful short movies that he made. And then he ended up getting, you know, he did his feature films, which are great. Then he ended up getting his, you know, selling his soul to, I think, MGM. Yeah. And realizing, you know, he shouldn't have done that because he lost all control because this is a movie shoot. We want a script. We want, you know, we want to know every little detail of what you're doing. It's like, that's not how I do it. Right. And, you know, he went downhill after that. But just, you know, when movies were new, you know, when it was a new art form and people weren't even sure if it was going to stay around. And, you know, it just had to be very exciting to make these kinds of films.
Oh, hell yeah. And I mean, we've seen some movies like it's not silent, but like The Bat. I believe 1931 was it?
Is it the one that we did?
Yeah, I mean, just how they played with like black and white screens and getting, you know, just tinkering with the cinematography back then and the special effects that, you know, how can we do this and stuff. I mean, you could take the William Castle easy way out and put strings on everything, but hey, whatever works, you know. But
see, back then it was different. It was, you know, how can
the creative mind was really at work, digging their, you know, hands deep into how can we make this effect on film,
and then just, you know, then one director wants to top the other director, and you know, well, I got to make something better than that. So I have to pick a silent film. I'll pick one that is generally considered very good. It's got its own Criterion edition. It's called Vampire. It's forgive me. It's not silent. Scratch that, folks.
Which one did you say?
It's called Vampire, but it's not silent. Oh, forgive me. No, there's talking in it. Forgive me.
Very careful. There's been, you know...
Yes. So...
There's the Cat and the Canary, too.
Yes, yes. Okay, then I have one that I was thinking already. It was, if you guys haven't seen it, it's public domain. You can watch it anywhere. Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Oh, yeah. How can you go wrong with that?
What do I want to say? Just the off-putting architecture sets that they built.
Real quick, Rubber Dinosaurs. Thank you so much, man.
What's up?
$10.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Always appreciate that, man. Thank you very much, man.
It does cost money to do this, believe it or not. And Dino puts a lot of effort into these shows.
I do.
You know, he takes care of all this stuff. I come over and bullshit. He's the one who manages all this and talks to all you guys on Facebook. And I comment in the comments section once in a while, but I don't do. I mean.
Hey, for me, and anybody on my channel in the chat who comments and stuff like that, love y'all, But yeah, thank you so much, Rubber Dinosaurs.
If you ever have a question for me, ask Cam. He'll tell me.
Yeah, I'll always shoot us an answer. But
or if you shoot something in the comments. But yeah, I'm
so Dr. Caligari.
Yeah, Caligari. I mean, the story's cool. The costumes are cool, and just that dream-like, you know, backgrounds of the city and
I got the toy up there right here. It's right here.
Yep.
Yes,
you do.
And down over in there. So yeah,
definitely two classics of the sound. But there is a film. It's from the early 30s, I think. called Vampire, Vampyr.
All right, now he's going to cover up now for it. Go ahead.
And it is a very, very cool movie, loosely based on Carmilla, which was like the Vampire Lovers.
I was trying to think of which one you were talking about.
Some really eerie imagery in the film, and you would probably dig it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, cool.
For a second, I thought it was silent, but it's not silent.
Wow. So. Well, there you go, man. Holy crap. And let's see what else we got here. Was Ted the old cabin boy? This is from Rubber Dinosaurs. Was Ted the old cabin boy in the Garfield Halloween special?
The old cabin Garfield. I still remember when he was the pirate. Give me your cane, taste me broadsword. Or,
taste me broadsword.
I remember you just going like, gimme. Guys, I mean, they don't even show those anymore.
No.
What fun. Man,
you know what
the holidays, man. They used
know.
to show all kinds of Halloween
Too many cable channels out there, man.
You know, we had Bugs Bunny Halloween with Witch Hazel, and there was the Fat Albert Halloween special.
Well, let me wrap up the tag part, and then we'll BS a little bit here. Right. So that's the late horror show horror tag. Am I going to tag anybody? Whoever wants to do it, do it. I would say Sean Urshan because he likes the old school stuff. And everybody else in the community who would dig it. I don't want to tag too many people because you feel obligated then, but I'm doing this just for fun. Just for fun. So yeah, there you go. So that's that. We do got another 2 really cool tags coming up here next week. We will, I think. We'll see. We'll talk about it, but there you go. But yeah, you know what I'd really like to do working up the Halloween here too is I'd like to do a ranking of the Dracula, the originals, because there's like 4 of each of the movies, right?
You kind of sort of have to watch them. Well, when it comes to
not the creature,
Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, if you watch them and their sequels in order, it's all like one big movie.
Right.
But I mean, you'll get like House of Frankenstein and House of Dracula, and you just got to make sure you watch them in order because sometimes you may not get what happened before because some of them pick up right where they left off.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure you watch them in the proper order.
Because watching Son of Frankenstein last night, I was really, saying, it'd kind of be cool to rank the old Universal horrors. I don't think maybe somebody's done it out there. I don't know, but it would be really cool to see.
There's rankings for just about everything.
I'm sure it's out there, but I'd like us to do that.
Well, it's always interesting to hear what we think about it.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. But yeah, there you go, man.
Good questions.
Yeah, you like those? Yeah.
How long did that? What was that? Like an hour of that?
Yeah, about an hour, 15 minutes. Well,
so
about an hour.
Man. Yeah. We can't even do a tag video in less than it takes to do a commentary on a movie.
Yeah, I dig these. Again, live every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you guys check us out, like the Late Late Horror Show page. Because I post everything up there.
Time, just like the old TV shows.
I have to because there's so many people on that I know of and friends here on YouTube that are Pacific, right on the West Coast there, and they're always like, "Oh, you're going at what time?" And everybody gets confused. So it's like you gotta push that out there. It's Son of Frankenstein. Oh, Young Frankenstein. There you go. Yeah, reference there. But yeah, not sure what we're going to do next week. But in the meantime, you could probably expect other stuff. Me and Ted always going live on Tuesday, unless something comes up and we can't. But I've been picking up other things here and there here during the week. And I would also throw out there, I think we're going to film something here for our Patreon, just so that we start getting some Patreons. I've never pushed it. But I'd like to put extra content on there and even like private commentaries with me and Ted once a month maybe just so we can chat like together.
Or if you just want a one-on-one with me.
Extra stuff. A lot of extra. I've got cool ideas, but we've got to get some people over to Patreon to do that. So I mean...
Look how that just lit up when I said one-on-one with me, man.
One-on-one, yeah. Start filming. So there you go. I'm going to end the stream, and I would say catch us next time, right? Yeah.
Catch us when you catch us.
Yeah, and with that said, thank everybody in the chat. Appreciate, love you guys. And there you go, Late Late Horror Show. Peace out.